Because a man today needs an organized woman, a
Exactly.
woman who is a good steward. And a steward means whether the man is not there, the woman will still take control and take care of that family. And you see, that is why we are failing as women, as ladies, because we expect so much from the man than what we should expect from us. And that is why we also fail when it comes to self-love. Self-love, it's not something that you expect from the other person. You expect it from yourself so that you'll be able to give it to the other person because your cup
Ex-
is full.
exactly.
Your cup is full. And you know, when your cup is full, it means this house will be a place, will be a good place to be in.
All right. So I can receive guests. So if you want to be part of this, you have a question. Yesterday we were talking about the ways on how you can avoid being too much, because we realized that when you're a good-hearted person, you always tend to, do everything in much quantities, in greater quantities, because you want to make other people happy. So if you're loving too much. If you're helping, you're helping too much. If you are, chasing people, you're chasing them too much. If you are looking for a job, you're looking for it too much. How can you avoid doing things in large quantity? And we agreed that when you start taking care of yourself, you will attract people that are going to come into your life to take care of your life. But when you stop taking care of your life and you start chasing for people who can take care of your life, they will absolutely run away from you, because you will be looking a wreckage. You will be looking somebody who needs sympathy. You will be looking somebody who is exhausted. And no one across the world wants to be in a relationship with somebody who is exhausted. No one is outside there to be in a relationship with somebody who has nothing to offer. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody who has nothing to offer except money or sex. I can tell you this for free. Not all men need only sex, and not every woman needs only money. So if at all some of us think that, oh, I have my body, I have my organs, and by the way, I can offer them a plenty of sex all night, all day. If that is the only thing that you have left within your body to offer, you are completely dead in terms of relationship. And if you're a man and you've drained yourself so much, and the only thing that is left in you as a man to offer is money, then you are completely dead when it comes to relationship. So that's why what I teach here, yeah, and thanks for that flower. What I teach here is how you can build yourself to a capacity where you can offer more than just sex. You can offer more than just money in a relationship. You see, in most cases, women, uh, all of the time, what they need mostly is attention. Women needs people who listen to them. Women needs people who will baby them. Women needs people who are gonna take care of them. But men, when it comes to men, men don't need a lot of attention, but men needs people who are gonna repurpose their idea. People who will resonate with whatever they are doing. Men needs a keeper and a multiplier. You are a woman. A man gives you money. He wants to see that money grow. A man gives you a house. He wants to see that house grow. A man gives you a sperm. He wants to see you giving birth to a baby. So for you, once I give you sperm, what you expect from me is attention, is to take care of you, is to become, the man of the house, go to the kitchen, cook some food, bring you. And that's the time when a woman now will send you to the shop telling you that, you know what, I need some cookies. You go buy cookies. When you come home, the mood has changed because she's expecting. So the mood tantrums is running in her mind. She'll tell you, who sent you cookies? I did not say cookies. I said sugar. But she said cookies. So if you are a man who cannot take that, who cannot understand that there comes at times when women become so moody with tantrums and they change, unexpectedly. They will send you to the kitchen to prepare them tea. When you bring the tea, they will say, no, I said porridge. You go make the porridge, you bring it, you say, now I don't have the appetite to drink it. I'll drink it some other time. Keep it in the fridge. You see, if you are a man who thinks it's only money that is going to keep you in a relationship, you will not realize that these things happen in a relationship, and you will start like I don't know what I got married to. That woman is a shit. That woman is I can't take it anymore because she sends you this, you go for it, she changes her mind. That is what women are. So who is out here to teach men that this is what women are? Who is there to tell a man that, yes, your pockets are now enough, but that is not the only thing that a woman needs? Who is here to teach you as a woman that a man will give you money, all right, as a wife or as a fiancé? They will send you money, 10,000, 1,000 US dollars, 100 US dollars. And maybe perhaps you ask just for a panty, and you buy a panty worth 100 US dollars, which is so expensive, which when he looks at it, you can't afford. It's only him who can afford that. But because he sent you the money, you go buy what you cannot afford as a woman. Then you come back home with it, and he looks at it. I will tell you, women, most of the women don't know this, that it happens in the minds of men. Men will offer you something that is expensive, more than you can afford, but in their mind, they expect you to use your common sense to buy even 3 or 4 pieces of what you can afford instead of buying one that you can't afford. So when a man sees you buying something you can't afford because he gave you money, you've lost it. Hello to women who are here. This is a secret that most of the women don't know. You ask a man for a car and you cannot afford it. A man will not be shy if he can afford. But if he goes to the showroom and he buys and he gives it to you and he sees you celebrating, and he knows very well that in your pocket, in the bank, you can't afford that car, you've lost it. You've lost that man. Hello, I see there's a guest, so let me take a guest and see what the guests have to tell us. So Molly, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you. Nice to see you smiling. So what do you have for us today?
I would want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Life has changed so much
Mm-hmm.
for the woman today and
Okay.
also for the man today. It is not
Mm-hmm.
like those days because a man today needs an
Mm-hmm.
organized woman, a
Exactly.
woman who is a good steward. And a steward means whether the man is not there, the woman will still take control and take care of that family. And you see, that is why we are failing as women, as ladies, because we expect so much from the man than what we should expect from us. And that is why we also fail when it comes to self-love. Self-love, it's not something that you expect from the other person. You expect it from yourself so that you'll be able to give it to the other person because your cup is full.
Exactly.
Your cup is full. And you know, when your cup is full, it means this house will be a good place to be in. But you see, the problem that you have today with the woman today, they expect so much outside of what they can give. They value things that don't add their value. When God created a woman, he made us with value. We have value. And once a woman will know the value that she carries, they will never be taken for granted. They will make good homes. We will never bring up divorced, we'll never bring up rotten community and all this. Your challenges will be there. But at the end of the day, what are you bringing to the table for this man?
Mm-hmm.
Even if this man is someone else outside there, what will make him come back to you? It is not always about sex. I always tell the people, marriage is not always about sex. I've been there for, this is my 23rd year in marriage. And it is not always about sex. Sometimes it's not even sex. You get to an age yenye hata sex hakuna, you're not even thinking about that. You're thinking about other things, projects, raising kids, friends, all those things that you want, those good things that you never had and you want them. Maybe you went when you were young, you never accessed school so well. There was no good education for you. Now you want those things to happen for you. And you want them to happen
Mm-hmm.
to your children, to your husband, and to yourself. It means this family is growing up. But you see, the ladies, this is the women of today, the children we are raising today. I will say that because I'm a parent.
Mm-hmm.
They expect much from outside. I'd wish when ladies would know that everything comes from within. Everything. even riches come from within. When you're rich, you're full with riches, things that cannot be bought, then those physical riches will fall in place. Will fall in place for all women. And when we'll understand that it's not always about sex. Sex is just, nina sugarcoat. It sugarcoats. It sugarcoats.
It's a complementary thing.
Yes. And you see, when you're a woman, and women, we love attention so much. I also love attention. And sometimes this man is so much tired. He's tired, everything. The world today is running upside down. Even you're a woman, even a woman who is left in the house, even if you're whatever we call them, housewife. Umeinua kabati, umeinua vyombo, you've done so much for yourself. You're also tired. And imagine also this is tired. We're all mentally tired because of the things that we are going through. Remember, we are still growing. Remember, we are still coping up. Remember, we are still bringing up family. So there are so many things that come in. Spirituality comes in. Physical changes come in. Sexual factors come in. Mental factors come in. Social factors come in. And then the only thing you sit down and you want attention. We need to be selfless. Because when we are selfless and we want to give out, we receive. When you give out, you will receive in abundance.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you give out, you will receive in abundance. There's nothing that God says that when you give out at your party, they say a cheerful giver always does what? You might not receive it today, but you will receive it even tomorrow, because this is something that is growing up. We are not losing hope like Kesho. Same as in business. It's the same. Everything applies in life. Everything depends on you as a person. Don't look at the other person. Look at yourself. What are you bringing on the table? What are you doing about yourself? What do you want for yourself? You'll not expect a man to do his best when you don't have anything to give the man, to show the man that I can do this. Ukiniachia like 200,000 instead of me buying clothes and going outside and doing all those funny things. Zenya aziko, I will do something. The man will come back and say, as much as I will go and do whatever I'm doing outside there, I have a wife. There's a difference between a wife. A wife. A wife is someone who is a steward. He takes care of the man and the family and everything. A woman. God gave women powers. Women don't know their powers. And you see, even men grow in the power of women. Exactly. They say, mwanamke respects the man, after whether the man is not doing anything. That home grows. The children, everything. It grows. How do these people survive? Because everybody has accepted his place in that marriage. You have accepted his place as a woman. There's no competition. And submission doesn't mean that the man stays on top of you. Submission means that you've accepted your place as a woman in the community, in a family, in everything that you do. But you see, when we say that men, we complain. Women these days, we really complain about men. And that is why there are no marriages this day. But when we 2 years, we do great, we have very big weddings. In the next 5 years, there are hakuna watu tumeachana. Because the things we look at are tangible things. We look at materialistic things. Imagine you're looking at material things and you can't take care of them. Are you not stupid? You are very stupid. Because how can you want something that you cannot take care of? If you want a family, if you want marriage, be sure that I want this marriage and I'm going to take this marriage, whether this man is going to be alive or not. Because who told you that? Do you have an assurance that this man is going to live with you all the days of his life? No. And you never know what will happen tomorrow. We say we are hopeful for tomorrow, but we live in the present. What are you doing about your present? What are we doing as women? What are you investing in apart from your work, job, and children? What are you doing about this family? Because remember, it gets to a stage that even the children go. We are just the two of us, me and the man. What is this man? Exactly. What will make this man look at me and say, I'm sure I married this woman. I'm sure I thank God whether I did all those stupid things. This woman just stood by me. If women knew that a man is someone who do things with feelings, I wish they knew. A man is I would say my husband or someone else. If you know the side of a man, then you'll be able to take care of any man that God has given you, whether akona tabia mbaya, whether his characters are, whether he's from a background that is not what, you'll be able to take care of that person. Because we have been called to stewards. You see what you're doing here? You're teaching us. We are teaching ourselves to know what we are supposed to do, our values and our place in the society. But you see, sometimes we take things for granted. Money is good, but it is not everything. You can be given beauty and you can be given money, but if you don't know how to use your beauty, even Anna used her beauty. Beauty is beautiful. It doesn't mean physical things. Beauty comes from so many things. A man will just look at you and say, hey, I love this one. She's beautiful in all ways. The way she handles things, beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Temptations
look at the way she spreads the bed. Look at the way she cooks her food.
The way she respects the man will definitely respect you. When we start understanding that we are not all perfect as human beings, we fail in our business places, in our workplaces, with our friends, even with our parents, we fail. But when we start looking at this other person, that if I'm the one who can add that 1% to make this person the 100% that I want, then this world would be a good place for us to live in. But we have failed. We have failed. We want to compete. Why are you competing with someone that you don't know his purpose on earth? And you know, once you know your purpose on earth, you'll know that God wants us to love. God wants us to share whatever we have. God wants us to lift other people. When you lift someone else, you are lifted at the same time. When you carry your husband or you carry that man to do something that he never knew that he will do, that man will lift you up as well. But when you think about yourself, it's all about yourself. That you're moody, you are moody. Yes, moods are there. We are growing up, moods are there. See, they are not there. But this man, this is my wife. I know when she's like this, something is wrong. Let me try and do something, because you also take care of, you also at times take care of him.
Yes.
It's all about taking care of each other. It is not all about me or all about him or all about our kids. It's about taking care of each other. Once we will know that our purpose on earth is to take care of each other so that we can get to the other level, then we'll make it in life. With the jobs, without all those other things, we will make it in life. But you know what? Someone is saying, but most men never understand. Men will never understand when you don't talk to them, when you don't tell them who you are.
I want to talk to her. I want to tell Violet Hayale this, and I've always been telling them this. Men will not understand you if at all you don't understand yourself. Because you gave him a picture he cannot understand. But once you love, you have a self-love, and you present yourself incomplete, men will always understand you. It's sometimes hard to understand people, but that's why it is said, take time to learn about the person you want to get in relationship with. You know, you will not completely learn them. But what we are talking about here, the understanding where, yes, tantrums has to be there, but it should not always be you. This, if your man doesn't understand, then you're having the wrong man. Morley.
And let me tell you something. The problem these people think, even if it is sex, you know, the most important organ that we have in our body is the brain. Leave these other organs. It's the brain to seduce everything in your body for you to move on in anything that you want to do in life. If your brain says no, you will never go anywhere. If your brain says no, you will never even have sex, even if you wanted to have it physically. It will out of fika. You'll never get the satisfaction you want because you've not taken it up with your brain. It is not there. You've not won it as yours. But you know what? When you will understand, someone is saying there that some are slow learners, and that is why you are there. When you understand that someone is a slow learner, that is why you are there for that person. It is your purpose for you to understand. And you know, people think that they are perfect. I'm not also perfect. I always tell my husband, I'm not also perfect. There's something that he sees in me that even my mother never saw in me, that my friends don't know about me, but he can see it because it's been there with me. And let me tell you one thing, in this life, we grow every day. Death is, when you die, that's when you stop growing. When you die, that's when you stop growing. We are growing every day in these challenges. So don't say that men, you know, at times I used to blame my husband so much. I would say my husband doesn't do this. But when I realized it was not him, it was about me, then he started treating me the way that I wanted. And then when you show a man that you can do things that Anaka, if he sits down and says, this woman is wise. And when women will know that they're wise than men, and that they're ones who are supposed to carry these homes and carry the man to where he's going and to make him get to his purpose, then we are done. we will not be fighting anymore. Marriages will still be there. Because you can't say that you don't want to grow with this man, but when you bring a child into this world, you want to grow with this child. There will be challenges also in parenting. We also have challenges in parenting. So why don't you think it is important for you to have challenges also with your man? We will have challenges until we understand that life is an experience. Once you understand who you are, your value and your place in the community, your place in your home, no one will ever joke with you. Women, let's not talk about our emotions. Even men have their emotions. Let me tell you, everybody has emotions in this world. And that is why we say, when you pray, when you're asking God for something, first, you'll ask God for spiritual growth. Then you'll ask God for mental growth, because when you're mentally not understanding anything, you will never understand anything. Then physically, you will ask God to make things they fall in place for you. Imagine when you're not emotionally up, hata ukienda kazini. That's why unapatana na wanaume huko nje, they're having short relationships, zile fupi, they're called short relationship, because that woman is giving him just something very small. When you know that men are babies, you just it's like you just rub him, just tell me what's your problem. Yani, behave like a fool. Sometimes it's good to be a fool to know what happens in your home. But when you will always be perfect, you'll never understand the problems you have, even with your kids. It needs someone to tone down. You need to tone down to zero so that you'll be lifted to where you are. But when you're up there and you don't want to come down, there's no way you're going to get up there. You have to start from somewhere. It's step by step. And let us expect much from ourselves. When you expect things from people, you get disappointed. Maybe when you expect that I'm getting married to this person, I'm going to be having sex every day, we are going to, no, and then it gets there, unapata things are not the way.
It's not working.
This man can only go for one round. Are you going to go outside there shouting that this man can go for only one round? No. It is up to you now to sit down. Again, you start to look for things, food, health, what that will make this thing work for you, because it is you who is not feeling it. Naona ko sawa, wewe ndio uko sawa, because so it is upon you again to sit down, look at health basics zenye zinaweza saidia this person.
Wow.
We complain too much and we are the stewards. God said a woman is a companion, because he knew with a woman, when a woman is a companion, things will be right. With a woman, when a woman is a companion, vitu zinafanyika. Imagine you go to bed and then something happens that you never expected. Will you start crying? Ama utaenda kwenye uambie watu me sex what, I don't know what. And you know we fail. Women fail and fail because you want to test every stick that you find outside there. You will never be satisfied. Let me tell you, you will never be satisfied, because marriage is not all about sex. It entails so many things. It's an institution of its own, same as to relationships. When we will understand that a relationship is something different, it is all about you. It is you to reflect what you want. Then you receive what you want. It's like standing in a mirror and you're telling yourself, I am beautiful. I know I can do this.
Exactly.
I know I can, Then you will be satisfied sexually, because it is in the brain. Even sex, most people say that they're not sexually satisfied because they are not satisfied in their brains. They are looking for things that are not there.
The physicality. They are so much into the physical side of the sex.
That are not there. And then people also sit down and they start comparing their relationship with other people. When you compare, your relationship means you're not satisfied, you're not contented. And once you're not contented, you will be walking all your life looking for things that will never satisfy you. Start being contented with yourself. In your position right now, start being grateful about yourself. Start carry yourself with pride. Tell God, tell this world and these other people, God created me because there is a purpose for me in this world. And your purpose, it's not all about you. It's about those people who are around you. What are you doing about it? Imagine you sitting down every day, kila siku kesi. Don't you even get tired? That is why small women, wamezeka. Look at me, I'm 43. I turned 43 the other day. I have 3 kids. I've been married.
Wow.
I've been married for the last 22 years. My firstborn is 22. My firstborn is 22 years. The other one is 16 years. My last born is a class 8 candidate.
Wow.
Those things that I started doing when I was small, I'm still doing them till now. And I thank God I did them. The things that I wanted in my life. There are things that you want in your life that your man wants a different thing in their life. So combine those things that you want with the things that your man wants, put them together on the table and make things work for you. You'll be creating a big empire, big empire consisting of whatever you wanted and whatever you wanted. And vitus in a happen. It is not always about sex. Who never gets tired of even sleeping? Just sleeping, you get tired. Eating, you get tired. Going out, you get tired. Going to church, you get tired. And that is why they say there are seasons for everything. There are seasons for everything. There is time to cry. There is time to weep. There is time to be happy. And there's one thing that you said when you started. When you're not happy, they say, and you see, sometimes people say that the Bible is for Christians. It is not for Christians. When you read the Bible, you will understand so many things. It's not only for this book has so many promises and so many good things. So many good things about ourselves and how we can carry ourselves. Imagine someone telling you, you've gone to bed and then things didn't work well. Then you say, Ati, God, I'm just glad. It made me pray. I was praying. My prayers all the while was like, God, meet me sexually, meet me financially, meet me physically, meet me spiritually, emotionally. Because when you're not emotionally and mentally met, you're depressed. Hakuna mtu you can bring, you'll bring a broken family. You'll bring up a broken family. Everybody you meet, you're depressed. Someone who is depressed doesn't know they don't know what's happening to them. They've lost it. And you know why they lose it? Because of small things that we don't want to talk about, that we don't want. We imagine you as a man, you get married to someone when they don't want to let themselves lose, so that you know that wako hivi. Let yourself lose. Let your man know in any relationship that this woman is like this, I am weak like this. Because if you're getting married to someone, you'll be staging that behavior or character for like 50 years. You'll get tired along the way. You will get tired. Usema, no, me nimechoka, me, I'm tired. Let me just be me. Then things that is this the woman that let yourself lose? If you love dancing, continue dancing. If you love doing this, let that man know you, because we are growing together. I could not have grown no, we are growing together. We are growing together. And growing together means I accept you, you accept me, we get that power together. I give you my power, you give me your power, I reflect you, you reflect me, and things go on. Wow. Marriages don't work, relationships don't work, because we expect too much from other people and they fail us. They say don't expect anything from other your cousin. Like let's say what happened last year in COVID. Most people expected too much from their jobs. We closed shops, we closed everything, because we had put our expectations in the things that we were seeing outside, and we even forgot about ourselves. And if those things fail, what happens? It means you have to start again. And starting again means you are growing again. We are growing again. And it means we can fail 100 times, but it means 100 times we are going somewhere. Fail 9 times. I don't care how many times I'm going to fail, but I'm not leaving my home for someone. I'm not leaving my husband for someone. I'm not leaving my children for someone. I'm not leaving my friends for someone. I'm not leaving my purpose for someone. Don't leave your purpose for someone. Everyone has been created with a purpose on earth. We have purpose. Yeah, you see what you're doing right now? This is your purpose. God called you to do this. And someone here might get something and take it to someone else and be kindly, I got something from this man. He's doing a good job. Kindly go and listen to him. You have saved a soul. You have saved a soul. We are here to save each other. It's a high time, women, we took our pride, our ego. Ego is a bad thing. Ego will make you not to love someone. Ego will make you fall. They say before a fall, what comes in? Pride. Ego.
Yeah.
See that? Am I lying? I hope I'm not lying.
You're not lying. We've really learned a lot from you, Molly. That's why I'm quiet, because I'm getting it. I'm receiving what you're talking about.
Ego, it's like, you see, you meet someone outside there and say, I can do this. Remember, you cannot do that. It's someone else. Like now you're doing this show. I cannot do it. But I found you doing it. I'm here because of you. Now we are doing it. We are helping ourselves. I'm helping myself at the same time. And sometimes I want to say something else. I saw a lady saying on my post, like, she feels like it's too much for her and she wants to leave. I told her, no, it's good to take a break. Always have a break in anything you do. Always sit back and have a break and be conscious of what you're doing. Sometimes we do things unconsciously, but when we become conscious, this was just a simple thing. This was just a simple thing.
Yeah.
And being conscious means you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Being conscious means you know what you're doing. You know how you can take care of your emotions. You know how you can take care of your anger. You know how you can take care of your pride. When you see something coming in, you stop it from there. Don't expect a man to come home. I love talking the way I talk, but I never talk like this. You see a man coming home because you have emotions, because you have attitude, because you're going through so much. You don't want to ask this man what's happening. Nini imefanyika. You know, we want to live like nini imefanyika. You ask this person what has happened. Atakwambia, no, I'm just tired. I don't know what. At least maybe atakwambia. But imagine someone coming home, then you meet them there with your emotions, with your attitude, japo kwa mlango. Who do ever want to stay with a parent like that? With a man, with a woman like that, with a man like that. Women are strong, men are soft. It is a fact. They say what we use our what as women. What do we say? How can I say this? Men are soft. Naturally, even if men love speaking, and if they fight or do what, men are soft. Women are strong. We are loud. And that is how God made us loud. We are loud. We cry through our emotions, through tears, through shouting, through what. But when it gets to a time that you can't take it anymore, take a break. Funga virago, take a break. Go, it doesn't mean that you na pesa. Go back home to your parents or your sister, wherever you have a friend. Go back to them, sit down, tell them, I want to spend 2 days in your house. Kindly let me spend 2 days in your house in this room. I just want to refill myself. I want to refill my cup. I want to refill my cup so that when I go back there, I will know what to do. Do you know most problems and most unsolved problems are because we don't know how to solve our problems and we don't know when it is right to take a break.
Exactly.
Take a break. My women, take a break. Ukiona vitu hazifanyiki, you cannot mix. Huwezi mix vyombo na mwanaume na watoto, all these things. Take a break. Go somewhere, relax. Don't go with a friend. Take a break. Take a break. It means it's all about you. It's not about the other person, your friends or whatever. Take a break. Refill yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Take a break. And when you take a break, when you come back, you'll realize you are the problem. The man was not even a problem. He was just trying to be who he was. You were the problem because you are not seeing that problem. Because we are supposed to see those problems and take care of those problems, but we don't see them.
Wow. I really agree with you, Molly. That is a very big lesson. You know, I didn't expect to have somebody who could steer my show like you've done, because you've taken the show, and I've learned a lot from you as well, Molly. And I love that it's now coming from the woman. You know, every day it's come from me. Sometimes women will be like, oh, he's just a man, he's just a guy, maybe he doesn't understand us. So I feel good when it comes from you. And I've never followed you, I don't know, but that's why I follow people. Last time I told these my followers that don't just follow everybody. Follow someone because they have a purpose, they have something that you can learn from. So right away, I don't have even a second to think, because I don't know what you post. I'll go check your links.
Millie is saying, men of nowadays, when you take a break, you will get when another woman is at your home. Let me tell you one thing. When you're open in whatever you do as a woman, do you know men respect women? And after if this woman is going out with these friends, nitampata ni with these friends. It is not with people. It is not with... Huyu akitoka akiniambia ameenda chama. Akitoka ameenda wapi? Learn to be responsible. Don't let someone else take care of you. Learn to take care of you. And when you're going anywhere, learn to say, I'm going. It is not because that other person is taking care of you. Unaweza gongwa na pikipiki hapo kwa mlango. Then atajua you know, I always tell my kids, I'm not siwachungi. But I'm trying to tell you, just tell me wherever you're going. Even my daughter, she's in college. I tell her when you're going out or when you're going to places, kindly tell me where you're going. She's a model. Kindly tell me where you're going. Why? Because anything can happen to you there. It's not necessarily that bad behavior or anything. Anything can happen that maybe you might need my help and I'm not, I don't know where you are. It's not that,
Exactly.
yeah, but women have failed to tell their men like, "Daddy, I'm going somewhere. Naenda chama," because I ain't chama. There are people, when you follow them, they don't go to those places. They're not there. So they live in fear because they're not there. They lie. Their life is full of lies. Their life, they lie. Everything is a lie in their life. Start being yourself and let that man accept you for who you are. When a man marries you, anafaa kujua, this woman loves dancing. I love dancing so much. Anafaa kujua, this woman loves cooking. This woman loves swimming. This woman, when she leaves my home, if she's not at her mother's place, she's at her friend's place. If she's not there, she has gone to Mombasa. I know she has gone to Mombasa for a function or something. And if you want to do something, let your man know. Because there's things we do. Let me tell you, marriage is a good place when we tell each other what happens. When you open going out, kindly, wewe leo uko hapa, your husband will wait for you because anataka urudi akupate uko mzima. It's not like every time we go with them. Unaona, hata yeye kuna time he wants to go with his friends. Give him space. Give your husband space. And who told you that when your husband is outside there, he's doing something wrong? When you feed your mentality negativity, that is what you attract.
It will follow you. It will attract you. Exactly.
Let me tell you, when you feed yourself anything that you put your mind on, lazima manifest. It multiplies. It has to happen physically. So that is why we are being told, let us watch so much what goes into our thoughts. It has been said in Proverbs, let us watch so much what comes out of our mouth. Is it something that can build? Or is it something that can make someone else die? You know, people think that when someone is dead physically, that's all. It is bad to be dead spiritually, my friend. You will never listen because you're dead spiritually. You will never love. You will never forgive. You will never understand. You will never cope because you are dead.
Wow.
And that person never listens to anything. He doesn't know anything. He goes anywhere he wants. He's just roaming all over because he doesn't know what my husband is doing. Everywhere he will go, my husband, my kids. Oh, because he's not conscious. But once you're conscious about you whatever you do, remember they manifest. And that is why we're also told as parents, when your kid goes to school and he doesn't perform well this term, when he comes back home, encourage that child. Motivate that child.
Motivate them.
You know, when we motivate them, we think it is physically. No, it is something that goes to the mind. And then it tells this child, you can do this. And the kid, okay. And I'm saying this, a man appreciates an attractive wife. Attractive means that this woman makes her things are in order, organized. She's organized. A man appreciates a woman when yuko hivyo. It's not that dressing code. She's organized. You will ask her this, atakupea answer. Mwanaume anajua, even if I'm not there, my kids will go to school. Hey, my friend, my kids will, if I'm not there today, my kids will go to school. A man wants a woman when she has visions. Why should you bring a child in the world if that your partner is not there or unakufa moyo?
Molly, thank you for bringing that. You know, there's a lady I've been coaching lately, and her thing was like, I just loved my man because he does everything. Sometimes he will come from home and go pick the kids from school, bring them home, then go back to work. Sometimes he takes the kids. Then I asked her, do you drive as well? Yes, I drive, but I'm always having a lot of work to do at home. Then I'm like, what kind of work do you do that cannot allow you to go pick your kids? Your husband has to come from work, pick them and bring them home. Don't you see that there's something that your man is not seeing in you? There's a responsibility he's not seeing. That's why he's taking it in his hand. Then the woman was, no, my man just likes to do everything. He doesn't appreciate when I do something. Like, he doesn't want me to do. He does it for me. I ask, like what? Sometimes he likes to iron his own clothes. He doesn't like me to iron the clothes. You know, he likes to make his own food, blah, blah. And she counted these things. And then I was like, you see, there's a thing that is missing in relationship that you are having, because what is happening here is the man is not seeing a responsible person in you. That's why he can't allow you to iron his clothes. He's not allowing you to cook his food, because if a man loves you and sees a responsible person in you, he will help you to understand how to cook his food. He will help you to understand how to iron his clothes. He will help you to know it's the right time, go pick kids from school, take kids to school, right?
Yes.
And guys, if you have not followed Molly Kaunya, I've just followed her and checked her TikTok. There's so many things, so many great things there. Go follow her. You can also learn, because what she's doing resonates with what I do. And I would recommend her, like, without a doubt. Go follow her and also learn from her. I hope, Molly, you're also doing live, so maybe I will be invited in one of your lives. So,
Yeah, I
you know,
do. I do that.
that's good.
I
That's
do
good.
that. I do
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I do that because you know what? I've realized if we don't do whatever we are doing right now, then it means we don't have a society. We don't have a society in the next like 10 years, Akuna, because we have failed.
So, guys, it is always important to accept and take reality, however much it hurts. Sometimes I saw some other ladies trying to argue, oh, men are like that. Oh, men don't listen. Oh, men are slow. And Molly reminded you that, you know what? The secret is realizing that your man is a slow learner. The secret is realizing the weakness of your man, because you can build him up from that point. Because when you only know the achievements and the powers of your man, you're not growing him up. They say that people only learn from failing, and you don't fail from your strength, you fail from your weaknesses. So
True.
if you know your man's or woman's weaknesses, that is the one way of growth, because you will help them to improve, to have a greater life. So Molly, you're back. So
Yeah,
let's keep on getting you riding this show.
I'm saying unless a woman learns to adapt the move of the husband, and by adapting the moves of your husband, one, you have to be unselfish. Pride has to go to zero. Ego, we call it ego. Ego has killed so many marriages, so many relationships. And then when you will be contented with whoever you have in a relationship or your children, when you'll be contented with whatever you have, and stop going outside asking for so many advices as you go to this person, to this person. By the time you get back to your place, you are confused. You don't know what is right and what is wrong.
You don't know what to follow.
You don't know who to follow. And that is why on Facebook, on TikTok, when you follow everyone, you get confused. You don't know who to do what and who to do what. You have
to be them that, Molly.
Because when you were marrying this man, it was all about him. It was not about his brother or mother or sister or whatever. And when women will know that this man, men stick to their mother so much because they have that emotional. And you see, and this is why utapata when a man has a problem, he will go back to his mother and ask mom, Nini, because emotional. They call negative poles and blah blah blah. Same to a daughter. A daughter will also go back to what? To the father. So if you can be that mother, I think it will be better. Ataenda kwa kuuliza. You will never go back to his mother, because when you will take the place of his mother, be there for this man. Leave alone. Is your husband? Yes. But can you be there for him emotionally? And that is why so much emotionally men are attached to their mothers at home, hata huko nyumbani. Nasikia mtu anasema tu mimi naenda kuona mamangu nyumbani. Jua when your man is going home sometimes, akona problem and he needs to get it out. So anaenda kutafuta where he can speak about it freely, bila judgment. Anaenda nyumbani, anaenda anasema let me just go. Because emotionally you are not there for him. And emotionally also, when you will know that the problems that happen in your marriage, you can solve them, the two of you. Hi, my friend, you will go far. You will be seeing far there, but you're going far. Because one, these problems are yours. They're not anyone's. Everyone has a challenge in a relationship. Same to parenting. jobs, in everything in life, kuna challenges. But how do we take care of our challenges? Is it by talking? No.
Mm-hmm.
By going outside asking everybody, does your husband do this? And you see, most homes that fail are those homes that women go outside asking people for so much advice. So you go telling people about your kids, about your what. Can you take care of that family and make it happen for you?
Mm-hmm.
Make it happen for you. Why do you want someone else to make it for you while they have their own problems? Who told you that people don't have problems? Everyone has a problem, but understand be conscious about your problems. Understand your problems. Understand your man. Understand your children. Understand everyone that you meet. And when you start understanding, forgiveness will not be hard. I was telling people this somewhere. When we start forgiving people, we'll understand that this world is a good place.